Because, I'm going to be honest, I've been wanting to do this for so fucking long. But I've never felt comfortable enough to be knowledgeable in what I'm saying or doing. And that's why recently I've really been, obviously off screen because I've been doing a lot of Limber's company streams. But I've decided off stream I'm going to really dedicate myself to learning some ins and outs of Wuthering Waves. And I think I'm there now. I think I'm confident saying it. That being said, if you like or dislike anything in this tier list, just know that it's mine and I don't care. It's my opinion. Everyone can have those, believe it or not. It's the internet. Don't let the internet say, hey, you can't have a different opinion. Let's do it. We're going to start off with the most controversial of takes. We're just going to get rid, or better yet, I'm going to tell you what my best of the best is. The undisputed best character in Limber's company.
What did he say?
Right after I sort this out real quick. There we go. So, my best of the best. I think this is the one character everybody should have had. Signature weapon or not, everybody should just have the character. Where are they? Better yet, where is he? That's right, it's a male character. Oh my god, male characters! Ooh! Grow up. It's Brant. I think Brant is the best character in Wuthering Waves. Hands down. I will be delving into this at a later date. But for now, just trust me when I say he does everything you want. DPS. Shields. Heals. He does everything you could want. The Limbus could be instead of Woo-Woo. No, Sparkle. I said I've been streaming more Limbus over Woo-Woo. It's different. And if I did misspeak, and I'm sure I'm going to play it back and make myself look like an idiot.
Flashback.
Best character in Limbus company.
End of flashback.
I apologize. That's how good Brant is. In fact, he's so good, he's better than other characters in other games. You put Brant in Genshin Impact, move over, Bennett. I'm going to be honest. Verina, tier 0. We can all agree. In fact, just to really drive it home, I think Verina's better than Shorekeeper. If and only if. Let me just go get Verina real quick. Where is she? I want to make sure I'm not talking out my ass. I believe it's I believe it's this one, S2. You can get this up so fast. You know, the big ultimate. You can get that up so fast. I believe it's a charge attack, jump down, forte. There you go. I can't remember the exact moveset. But S2 Verina, which by the way you can get for free. Verina is just a selector, you can get it for free. I believe there's another one. You can even go to, where is it? Item exchange. Have enough of this, you can just buy another wave band. There you go. That's why I think Verina is better than Shorekeeper. Because she's not limited, so you can get her for free. And yeah, she's not a limited character. That being said, Shorekeeper, her value can't be underestimated. I believe if you don't have a Shorekeeper, you should get a Shorekeeper. I mean, she's been reran an awful lot. It feels very bi-patchly. It's like, okay, have we reran Shorekeeper? No? Good news, folks. I don't want to tackle the harder ones yet. In fact, we could tackle let's tackle the 4 stars first. Danjin, tier 0 if you are a Danjin solo main. If you are not a Danjin solo main, tier 2. Maybe arguably tier 1 if you have the right supports to keep healing, because after building Danjin, after trying Danjin, she's way more fun than I thought she'd be. Some things feel very strict. The timing feels, you have to use like what's it called? The resonance skill after I think the second hit of her normal attack, basic attacks. So it goes 1, 2, liberation skill, carry on, and then big things, and like a small edge. It's just, she's not comfortable to play. Absolutely she's not, but she can be made easier to play by, oh no, I'm gonna die. Anyway, Shorekeeper or Verina or Brant are gonna heal me and give me a shield, so it's fine. Yeah, why bother? Chixia, I've seen one devout Chixia main go TOA side 1, fusion damage amplified, solo Chixia with Last Dance. Fucking wild. If you could put any amount of time into learning a character, holy shit. I put Shorekeeper in why bother? You know what, yeah. It's like, why bother with Shorekeeper when you could just get a Brant? It's like, hey, I've got Verina. Why would I need Shorekeeper, you know? In fact, we're going to keep Shorekeeper there for now. Just because I know somewhere out there someone's going to be like, look at him. Why bother with Shorekeeper? Well, that's my wife right there. Yeah. Making that exact noise, like, oh, I hate this guy. This has got an instant dislike. Speaking of why bother, let's get real with it real quick. Why bother? Why bother? You've got Verina, Shorekeeper, Brant. There's just way better. Lingyang is Yang. Get the fuck out. Who even is this? She's fun when she runs fast. Sanhua. Look, have you guys played Genshin Impact? Oh, I'm listening, go on. Go ahead and cook Futa. 2 great arguments for Tauki? Who the fuck is the dancing twink? Oh, I know who you mean. I know who you mean, Pi. What's he called? Yangling. I think it's called. Hold up, let's... Lingyang, that was it. Also, I'm sorry for saying his name out loud. I know people are scarred by losing 50-50s to him. I'm just waiting for Sparkle to go Camellia in tier 1. Top row, 6 from left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's Lingyang. That's the guy. The dancer. Go ahead. So, Futa, I'm still waiting for the 2 great... Yeah, it dawned on me. I get it now. And if you want visual confirmation, well... Let's go give people visual confirmation, shall we? Where is she? Yeah, I think that says it all. That's Lingyang. Okay, let's just move on. Where were we? Let's put it back for now. So, I think Encore can be tier 1 just because fusion teams seem to be really big right now. You've got Brant, Looper, Xiangli. That's like the main team. Okay, that's like the best team in Wuthering Waves. You can swap Xiangli out for Encore. Not going to be as synergistic, but she's still going to be goddamn good. I want you to know as well, I'm leaving away all personal bias. Okay, I'm trying to be as impartial and fair as possible. Saying that, I have to talk about Sanhua. Now, if you played Genshin Impact, you know who Bennett is. Clearly the best character in all of Genshin. And they still haven't topped him to this day. Even 5 stars perform worse than Bennett. That was Sanhua. I believe now, with the more specialised teams are becoming, for example, the Fusion team, there's no room for Sanhua. A Zani team, there's no room for Sanhua. Augusta could maybe use Sanhua, but she has a better partner in this guy. Yeah, Bennett the true Pyro Archon, exactly. That's why I think right now, she's at best tier 0.5, at worst, the very, very top of tier 1. But I'm going to put her there because I still think she's great. It pains me to say this, but why bother when you have Augusta? Man, that sucks to say. Because I think this guy's so cool. It is such a shame to look at how the mighty have fallen. And now, I'm doing this way out of order, I apologise. I'm just looking at characters and going, okay, here's what we'll do next. I'm going to talk about Mortefi. I think Mortefi will. Like, Sanhua is good with Augusta and amazing with Counterfear. That's why I put top of tier 0.5. That's why she's there right now. It's just a lot of other characters. I mean, she's good with Carlotta as well. But let's be honest. You could put Carlotta with a rock. you could put Carlotta with anybody and she's going to do great. Now, why is Mortefi in tier 0, you ask? Well, that's probably too high. Honestly, tier 0.5. It's purely because, once again, let's go find Mortefi. It's one little thing here. I believe it's the outro skill. The incoming resonator gains... Hang on. You can't see it because of chat. One sec. The incoming resonator gains 30% heavy attack damage amplification. Do you know how many heavy attack characters there are out there? Or are there going to be out there? I believe Augusta is... This becomes heavy attacks, I want to say. I can't remember, but people like Jiyan, Xiangli Yao, Calcharo, just... And I believe more upcoming characters will be heavy attack focused. I think there's a good argument to be made that we're going to see a lot more heavy attack over general damage. So it's one of those. Like, I don't think he's worth... I know he's not worse than tier 0.5, let's be honest. He works so well with a lot of characters coming out. And who are already out. Now, let's just get out of the way with... Why bother? Get the fuck out. Yinlin, I've never seen a bigger drop-off. Which is why I'm glad I never got Yinlin. In fact, with Yinlin, I'm close to going in... You know what? I am. I'm going to put it there. Why bother? Why would you bother getting Yinlin when Mortefi exists and Sanhua exists? 2 4-stars you can just get. And it's easier to, quote-unquote, C6 them. Probably lose one I forgot about. Wait, is she? Oh my god, yeah, she is. No, we'll fix that in a minute. Don't worry. That's just there to keep the rage bait. But yeah, no, Yinlin's just a drastic drop-off, which, in my opinion, leads me perfectly to the next character. I can't pronounce her name. I think it's Zhezhi. Zhezhi. I was worried with this character. I thought, damn, I'm going to need this character to have Carlotta really perform. Then I played Carlotta and I realized, oh my god, Zhezhi needs Carlotta. Carlotta doesn't need Zhezhi. And that's the big difference. Also, I just found her really awkward to play. This is also from a gameplay perspective as well. I think she's really awkward to play. Like, it's like Danjin. Danjin's, in my opinion, really awkward to play. It's why I've not made any attempts at doing a solo Danjin run yet, because she's very tricky. At least to me. Speaking of very tricky, I said that and I'm hovering over, what is her name? Jinshi, like she's not super easy to play. Yeah, tier 0.5. I don't like this character, but... Now, jump cam E animation. Do you even sweat? No, I don't. Well, it depends. Depends on who we jump cancelling E with. E jump on her to shorten the anime time. Oh. No, I get that. But once again, it's just... Look at it from a more casual standpoint. Who's going into Wuthering Waves to go, I'm going to learn all the sweet techs to shave off 10 seconds of my best TOA time? Like, 0.2% of the playbase? Like, if you ask me, I think trying to sweat for 30 seconds is pretty cringe. Why? Who has the time to do that? It's like zero cycling in Honkai Star Rail. Cool, you did it. No one's really impressed. It's like, hey, I cleared in 0 cycles. Hey, I cleared in 9 cycles. We get the same rewards. Exactly the same with TOA. It's like, hey, I cleared with 3 stars in 10 seconds. Hey, I cleared with 10 seconds to spare for 3 stars. You get the same amount of rewards. It's not that impressive. I'm sorry if that offends anybody, but it's just the way it is. Yeah, no, we're gonna do it this way. Okay. Let me move these over here. This isn't ordered, by the way. There's no order whatsoever. I do it like this purely because I think... Nah, she's got to be tier 0, let's be honest. I think Camel... Actually, no. Let me talk about Zhezhi first. Jinshi first. She's really easy to use. The skill's powerful. The weapon is a general weapon, which is always great. It's not specialized, it's just, hey, any character can use this for the extra damage. However, I think she's boring. It's the same I got with Camellia. And I mean really boring. When you see Zhezhi, I keep saying Jinshi and Zhezhi, they're so fucking confusing. To me at least. I think Jinshi is very... The animations are cool. I just think the way she plays is boring. And I'm gonna be honest, there's just better characters at what she does. I really do. Now with Camellia, here's the issue with Camellia. She's tier 0. Because while I do think she's boring, she is arguably the easiest character to play. And I do say arguably. I don't own Camellia, so I can't show you exactly what I mean. But basically, you press E, you do the big spin thing, then you do a big spin thing again. Then you do a big spin thing again. And you just keep spinning until the enemies are dead. It's really that easy. And that's why, like, for that alone, she's tier 0. In that same vein, now, talking about why I said arguably the easiest character, I think Carlotta is, like, best of the best. Now, people have this misconception, and I want to correct it right now. Carlotta is the best character, or the best DPS in Wuthering Waves, not because she's broken, not because what she does is broken, but because of this. I'm going to prove it right now. Here's Carlotta's gameplay. Let me show you nice and easily so you can really see this. Okay, you ready? This is the left click button. Maybe you want to do that sometimes, just click. Maybe you want to press E sometimes. In fact, here's an enemy. You hold that, you get the big skill thing. It doesn't matter about this little module thing, as long as you can do that, you're fine. I know you say that's a bit much, but genuinely, the reason she's broken is because she's easy. That's the difference between, like, her being the best of the best, as opposed to someone like Zhezhi, who's in, I'm going to be honest, tier 2. You need a guy who charts and slow-mo combos. Oh god, you're right. Oh god. Probably edit this in afterwards. But maybe Zhezhi's a poor example. Oh no, she's a good example, but as opposed to, say, Cartafia. Like, don't get me wrong, Cartafia, way more powerful than Carlotta. The problem is, you have to actually play the character. You can't just hold that down. You have to, you know, manage your transformations, press E to, like, liberation, the big skill move. Any DPS here that you see, Augusta, Rover, Looper, Zhezhi, Xiangli Yao, Jiyan, she does it so much more easier than anybody else. I mean, truly, she's just... And it's like, hey, I got the character, I immediately have one of the best DPSs in the game. If not the best, purely because of that. Now, speaking of DPSs, let's do it this way, shall we? So, Jiyan, tier 1. However, that could change, purely because, say with Mortefi, the more heavy attack damage buffs we get, and units that support that, they're going to get stronger, because his big skill, if I show you right here, because, like, yes, I have Jiyan, I think he's cool. Some people don't, but that's fine. Go in his liberation. What was it? Basic, heavy attack, and dodge counter are replaced with heavy attack. So everything becomes a heavy attack, which Mortefi buffs. Other characters will buff. I've not seen any leaks. Maybe you have. Maybe you know more than I do. But yeah, the more heavy attack damage support we get, the better these characters are going to be. That's why, for now, tier 1. In the future, when we get more support, it will look something more like that. But for now, yeah. Let's just rip this band-aid off. Augusta isn't better than Cartafia. I'm sorry to say, she's just not. Cartafia can solo all the content in the game. I know it's easier, I believe it's C2, E2, but yeah, it's just, there's no comparison. Don't get me wrong. She is way more fun, kind of. It's honestly personal preference. I think personally it's this. You might think, oh, it's more like that. Hell, you might even think it's more like that for some weird reason. I don't know why you'd think that. But yeah, I don't want to talk about Zhezhi. I really don't. Because I know if I put Zhezhi in tier 2, people are going to flip. You know what? No. Let's talk about Zhezhi, shall we? Zhezhi is tier 2 until you get Peebs. Then all of a sudden, she becomes like the very top of tier 1. The reason I didn't get Zhezhi, even though, like most people, everybody was like, oh my god, Zhezhi. Oh my god, give me more of the big woman. I want to see more of that. Her kid is so slow. She feels not clunky to play, but there's a notable difference between having a Zhezhi and Spectre or Rover, as opposed to having a Zhani, Spectre, Rover, and Peebs. And in that regard, as much as I hate this fucking character, why does she support aero damage? This is such a weird thing to me. I like what they're trying to do, but it's so weird. And I hate to admit it. I almost don't want to put her there, but I'm leaving bias aside. I really do think you know you're absolutely fuckbusted as a character when you make one of the coolest, clunkiest characters move up like 2 whole tiers, like from here to kind of like here. Because, holy shit. That's insane. The only reason I don't have Peebs is because I don't have Zhani. And I feel like I need them both. Well, not even that. I feel like if I get Peebs, I'm going to be like, wow, well, I've got Peebs, I might as well get Zhani. But I know how clunky Zhani is without Peebs. It's a double-edged sword of, if I have one character, why wouldn't I get the other character? It's like the weapon banner. Hey, I pulled Camelia's weapon. Why wouldn't I just get Camellia then? It feels like a waste otherwise, but Camelia's got a general sword. I'm lost in the sauce. Long story short, Peebs is great, Zhani, unless you pair these two, then it's like, there. Okay? Hold up. She feels slow and I don't feel like I'm playing well when I play Zhani, but somehow her team still competes with my C6 Catapher for many modes. Oh yeah, I forgot you got a C6 Catapher. Holy shit. And there it is. There it is. Obviously, got Phoebe. Yep. But that being said, if you like the look of Zhani, just go in, you know, try her out, say, hey, I like this character, fuck it, because she is cool. Some of the best aura farming animations in the game. But fuck it, let's just talk about Chiyokono. I'm purely putting her there because I think the zone she creates for a domain is too small. Straight up, cool ass animations, cool design. That one little domain, because I'm sure most people will be like, oh no, she's like tier 0, she's great, she's Catapher's best in support. Who else does she support? Zhani? You've got Phoebes for that. You've got Phoebe. If you have Phoebe, why would you need Chiyokono when Phoebe does what she does? Miles and miles better. It is what it is. That being said, Rochia, once again. Actually, Rochia is more like maybe there. Supports Havoc in a way kind of like Phoebe does. But, I don't know, something about her playstyle is just... I can't recommend it when Camellia just solos with Havoc. Like, you only need one Havoc character, and that's Camellia. Anyone else is just Gucci. But she is a great character, great build-up, great... what am I trying to say? So it's better for C6 Catapher, I'm pretty sure it's so dumb, since Max Catapher applies all the erosion she needs herself. Yeah, but obviously, so that applies to like C6 Catapher havers. Even then, I still think with Chiyokono, it's too small, enemies are too big, and they move around a lot. It's just, if it was bigger, and I know I sound like a disappointed date, but if it was just bigger, it'd be a lot more wonderful to experience. Now then, Rochia. Like I said, I don't have enough experience with Rochia, but what I've seen, she buffs Havoc. The issue with Havoc is, unless endgame mode says... Let me try and rephrase that. Okay, here's the thing with Rochia. Deadass, I think if you have a Havoc team, she's tier 1. If you have Camellia, Cantarella, Rochia's like tier 1. She does exactly what you need buffs these characters the way you need them to. But you have the fusion team, let's be honest. You saw Looper and thought, hell yeah, let me get some of that. So, yeah. Why bother with Rochia? You know what we talked about, let's just get Cantarella away with. I truly think tier 0.5. I really do. Let me, I got some notes written down here. One sec. That's right, I took notes on Cantarella. Like, I've been watching a lot of gameplay recently. Because I don't own her yet. But I think during... The reason I don't have it is because I really wanted Augusta and Ayuna. Yeah, so here it is. One, she's easy. She's arguably Jinshi's best in slot. I think she's the best in slot for Lover. And if you... No, for Lover, I don't know. All these Havoc fucking players. My god. I'm gonna get so flamed for this. Getting Camellia and Falova mixed up. Holy shit, I can already see it. But they look different. Like, yeah, I know. She's the best in slot for these two characters. This isn't her placement, I'm just putting her there. They're best in slots. What was it? Because I got it written down, but it doesn't mean it's... Yeah, like, she's an echo skill as well. That's another thing. I think she's the only character in the game who buffs echo skills. And I think going forward, echo skills are going to be a lot more prevalent. Just because the game needs something new, something fresh to really go, hey, these echoes are worthless. Because right now, echoes fucking suck, I'm going to be honest. If you use an echo skill, it's because you're desperate, or it doesn't become a whole ass summon, and you can still use the character. For example, if I was to show my... Where is it? Where is my looper? Yeah, so this here, all this does is summon this big axe into the ground. That's it. That's the example of a good summon. It doesn't take up, for example, if I were to Brant, he becomes the big dragon of Zhezhi. He becomes this dragon. And it takes up valuable time away. And it's just a bit, you know. Also, to really drive this home, Calcharo and Havoc Rover are so fucking good together. What's this list based on? First of all, fucking Ragdoll, where have you been? Hi, how you doing? So, in case I didn't say it before, the circumference, hell yeah. It's basically who I think the best, like from best to worst, basically. So, leaving bias aside, the entire list is all about 1. How easy are they for newer players? 2. How valuable are they? 3. How good are they at what they do? Those are like the main 3 criteria. Also, thank you. Hey, congrats! Everybody in the comments, say congrats to Ragdoll right now. Go ahead, say it right now. Yeah, don't get me started on Full-Over. I'm told on Full-Over. I think she's great. I don't think she's like main DPS character potential. If you play like that, great. She's probably like here, maybe tier 1. If you play her as intended, I think she's tier 0. But just for my sake, I know I said let bias aside, but I can't leave bias aside when she is so boring to sound like. Holy shit. But I do think Calcharo gets a bad rep purely because Brant exists. Brant, Verina, Shorekeeper, who's still there for some reason, Ragebait. She's not better than those 3 characters. I think that's the only reason why. Man, I don't know how to label these. I'm going to be honest, straight away, why bother? Spectro, tier 0. Spectro Rover is tier 0 if you have Phoebe. Otherwise, like tier 1 with Zhezhi. I think that's a safe space to put him there. And honestly, same issue. If you have like Cantarella, Camellia, Full-Over, Rochia, there. Otherwise, like there. Good DPS, good free DPS I should say. It's because they're free, they're so good. And that's another thing as well, the fact they're 3 characters, and they do as well as they do, except you. The heals aren't nearly enough. I think that's my main complaint with the Rover, is the heals aren't nearly as consistent enough, and it's like a big thingy, but okay, who cares, what about 3 more Rover? Drip-wise, best of the best. Get the fuck out with this stupid little rat tail. That's the only thing that ruins the Rover, is the rat tail. That's it. But yeah, the reason I put male Rover there is because I play male Rover, but eventually we'll change that. Where was it? Let's not beat around the bush. I don't think Ayuno is going to be that good. Right now, she seems very specialized and very generalized in what she wants to do. It's like, hey, I'm going to buff this specific character, being Augusta, by the way. So right now, I don't want to get too much into it. If you've seen some of like the gameplay footage, or gameplay leaks, which sadly I have, but I don't want to get too into it. Long story short, she's good. She's great even. But you will notice some glaring differences if you play her with anybody other than Augusta. That's all I'm going to say. We'll get into that in a sec, Ragdoll. So, actually more on that. So, right there, Brant, I've already said amazing. Verina, I'm going to stop rage baiting. Verina is definitely better. So, C2 Verina is better than Shorekeeper. Shorekeeper is just better at C0. Unfortunately, she's a limited character. She's pretty much free, and if you lose 50-50. That's why she's above Shorekeeper. Augusta's just really fucking fun. I think Cartafia is a lot more... You need to learn some stuff first, and area erosion. Whereas she's just, I'm going to big bonk the world stop time JoJo reference. Cartavia needs like area erosion. Whereas like Chiakona comes in, but I've talked about Chiakona and why she's blah blah blah. Jiyan, you have to admit, Jiyan is just your personal preference. That being said, if, and when I suspect when, we get way more heavy attack damage amplification bonuses, or buffers, Jiyan's going to go up. He's going to go up a tier. I'm not going to cover these because I've not seen any leaks. Yeah, but Era Rover, okay, as a healer, sure. He's tier 2 purely because he heals some of the time. Also, the ult animation is pretty cool. So, yeah, maybe no. Here's the hardest one for me. Oh, better yet. I've left these for last for a reason, okay? This one pains me so much to say. Why would anyone bother getting Xiangli Yao? Because I believe it was 1.4 or 1.2. Xiangli Yao was free. If you ran Xiangli Yao's banner today, nobody is pulling on it. And I mean nobody's pulling on Xiangli Yao's banner. Let's leave bias aside, because I think he's cool as fuck. Okay, yeah, we were gone. I'll go over we were after this. But let me finish this first, and then we can adjust based on we were. Okay? The issue with Xiangli Yao is he was free. And if you didn't have him when he was free, at this point, his value's kind of, it's still there. He's great in Whimpering Wastes. But you've got Augusta for like TOA and other endgame content. And it pains, I think this character's great. He's so cool. Some of the most badass animations. It's like, hey, I'm going to recontribute matter. I'm going to redistribute how your fucking molecular makeup is. Better yet, you've got Zhezhi, Carlotta, and Xiangli Yao as free reruns. Who are you pulling for? Yeah, I mean, yeah, lightning DPS. It's like, hey, I've got Xiangli Yao rerunning. We've also got Phoebe running. You're going to pull for Phoebe. I've got Jiyan running before Xiangli Yao. You're going to pull Jiyan, if you want to compare the males. I've got Brant and Xiangli Yao rerunning. You're going to pull Brant. It's just, there's no reason for anyone's pulling Xiangli Yao, and it fucking sucks, because he is one of the coolest characters in the game. Now, I've left these two for the last, for two big reasons. Xiangli, in my opinion, is tier 0. However, if I leave bias aside, she's definitely tier 1. Round about there. I think she's the top of 0, 1.5. Just because she can go with any team. Like, for example, so here is the best team in Wuthering Waves currently. The Fusion team. Mono Fusion. Looper, Xiangli, Brant. Here's another team I've not used for a while, which is Xiangli Yao, Xiangli, Shorekeeper. Speaking of actually, one more thing about Xiangli Yao. Do you know what? I'm going to change Xiangli Yao. I don't think he's why bother. Okay, here's the issue. If you pull Xiangli Yao, or if you have Xiangli Yao, he's tier 1. Great synergy. He doesn't need to be on field because his burst, his liberation lasts for so long. You can do some quick swap shenanigans. There we go. I said that. Try saying that fast 50 times. You can go in, you can cast liberation, do the big E skill where he does the big push thing. But you can swap out for someone like Carlotta, do a big skill, do the E, swap back into Xiangli Yao. His liberation is still up, you can skill again. You can swap out to Shorekeeper, do skill, set the dome up, swap back to Xiangli Yao, finish it. He has three big attacks. It's perfect. He has so much synergy. The issue is, you're just not pulling for him. It sucks. To rage bait, I'm not trying to rage bait anybody. Like, I was at first with a Shorekeeper, but I'd say Xiangli is probably 0.5, because she's just so generic as well. She's like Sanhua, she's just like Sanhua. She's a 5-star Sanhua. Hey, I need a third character to go in this team that doesn't really work. Got you covered. Then you've got Augusta, Ayuno, Xiangli. Or you've got Cartavia, Chikona. You don't need a healer, so who do you get? Xiangli. It's just one of those. Like, one of my favourite teams, if I can still find it, was quite literally this team. Carlotta and Xiangli have so much great fucking synergy. Does the Saint Glaze Electro Twink any chance he gets? I don't know. I rarely watch Saint. I probably should, because he's way more knowledgeable. Yeah, he's way more knowledgeable at the game than I am. Like, 100%. Rage bait again. What do you mean rage bait again? I know he doesn't want to oil up his Xiangli. That's all I know. And I'm just saying for everybody, dude, oil up. We all want to see it. Let's finally finish it, okay? Okay. I'm sorry, little ones. I think Looper's tier 1.
Liar!
Now, before you say rage bait and you start, you know, furiously going, how dare you? Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Wait. Looper in a non-mono fusion team is tier 1. Mono fusion, best of the best. You cannot ask for better. I mean, you probably could, but maybe you've just got Brant at that point. The value between, like, as you saw before, the value between having this team and then having this team is way different. She's not getting really any boosts. She'll still go out, she'll still do big damage, or consistent damage. Maybe not as big, but she'll go out there, because she buffs nobody currently. That being said, the reason I want to say tier 1 is because if you don't have a mono fusion team, or you've not invested on it, you're more of a Havoc player, Spectro enjoyer. If you don't have Xiangli and Brant, or say Encore Brant, or Xiangli Encore, or just any other fire user, because I believe right now the only fusion character who heals is Brant. That's like the only fusion support character we have. So then you've got Looper, Xiangli, Verina. The value still goes down. So all of a sudden, say you've got where was it? You've got Looper, Xiangli, Brant. Okay, cool. Then you go Looper, Xiangli, Shorekeeper, but it's down there. Then you go Looper, Xiangli, Verina, then it's like there. Then you go Looper, Phoebe, Cantarella, then you got like tier 1. No, that's what I'm saying. Looper will still do huge fucking damage. In fact, let's go test that. I feel I've not got any sound because I turned it down. One sec. Let's go fight this thing, okay? So right now she's not doing like the craziest damage, and then you do something like this. And you see like 44,000. Like that's fucking insane. And then you do this. Like she's got good consistent damage. But I'm using a mono fusion team, so obviously she's getting the buffs from all that. If you were to go in with like Looper and say like that's it, Looper, Sanhua, Verina. But yeah, hopefully that drove home the point. My lineup is because it works for me, okay? It works for me. Looper's Brant to Xiangli. Don't worry about it. It's just because okay, I guess we can solve this mystery real quick. I like my supports being last. That wasn't me trying to be like serious, by the way. I was a quick example, okay? Don't look too deep into it. It's just, hey, she goes in, she does good damage. Good, consistent damage at that. That was the main point, okay? Just, I'm not getting into it right now. I'll talk about that in a different video, but it's long story short, I like having main DPS there, healer support at the back, and like the hybrid, like, main or sub DPS there. It's just easier to press on the fingers, okay? Or at least for me. It's personal preference, shut up. Anyway, like, I don't want people to look at this and go, damn, that's just clear rage bait right there. Generally, if you've not heard my reasonings, you might go, okay, it's rage bait. And if you have, hopefully you don't think that anymore. You know what, in fact, let me hide this real quick. So there's the big screenshot. You can go ahead and take that. In fact, I might do that right now. That's it. If you just skip to the end, here's the big tier list that you'll probably go, well, this guy's just fucking wrong. But you've not heard the opinions I've gave, the reasonings behind it. And honestly, I would say this is ordered as well. Yeah, I wish I could add like little notes being like C2, Verina over here, over Shorekeeper, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, boring here, undervalued here. I think going forward, I am going to get Cantarella. At some point, I will. Not just for like Havoc players or Havoc teams, just because I can give you 2 great reasons. Anyway, that's it. Any last minute comments? Literally everything else on that list is it's not. Alright, Ragdoll, goodbye. Everybody say goodbye to Ragdoll. In fact, say goodbye to the rest of this video because we are done. Thank you for sticking around. Like, comment, subscribe if you agree. Like, comment, subscribe if you don't agree. That way, you can be up to date with all the other things you don't agree with. I think that's a good trade-off. You can tell me constantly how stupid I am for saying so. Okay, that's it. That's the video. peace, love, and happiness. Your opinions, enjoy them. It's the internet, don't let anyone tell you you're wrong, blah, blah, blah. And let's just fucking enjoy Wuthering Waves, because what a fucking game this is. Holy shit. The worst thing is, a little amendment. Okay, a little add-on, shall I say. Whatever I've said about these characters, it also doesn't fucking matter. You want Xiangli Yao, you go get Xiangli Yao. You want Rochia, you go get Rochia. You want Zani without Phoebe, you can fucking do it. The only thing that does is, like, shave off an extra 30 seconds. Every single character will still clear every single endgame piece of content. It's just the way it is. It just... Whether it's faster, sooner, later, easier, harder, whatever. Skill expression is such a huge part of this game. I like Lazy ZZ a lot, but Wuthering Waves is probably the best gacha on the market. Just give us more combat, give us more endgame, because holy shit, it's like a best combat out there, and it's just nothing to do it with. If I wasn't in chat, I'd put a 3-paragraph comment under that video. Hey, you still can. Anyway, that's it. Toodles. Okay, I just want to add a brief add-on here. This looks very differently because this is the Whimpering Waste value version. There's no other reason Xiangli Yao would be in best of the best, or Jiyan would be in best of the best, absolute undisputed top tier character, if it wasn't about Whimpering Waste. What else can I say? So yeah, that's your big, oh my god, why is Brant in Why Bother, or Carlotta in Why Bother tier? That's why. It's because Whimpering Waste exists. That's your daily dose of rage bait once again. Farewell. Man, Camellia and Whimpering Waste, holy shit, that's a different beast.